Last year, I filmed 1 second of my life every single day and turned it into a video. And I can promise you that no one has watched that video more than me. It is a project that I did for myself. It serves as a reminder of the journey I've been on, and I plan to continue documenting that journey into 2024. But for now, here is the current chapter, the past year, my 2023. I ended my 2022 by purchasing a narrowboat, so I apologise in advance for how boat heavy everything you're about to see is. January was significant for me, as I began closing the existing section of my life. Whilst I was getting my new home ready and preparing for my next chapter, I was saying goodbye to London, changing my surname, learning to actually drive a boat, and submitting my PhD thesis. It was a month of tying up loose ends, while spending time with great friends. But before starting this journey, there was another adventure to be had first. My brother, myself and some comrades ventured to Iceland at the end of January. We had hoped to reach the Arctic, but Icelandair rather shafted us on that one. Nevertheless, the experience we had is one I'm thankful for. And whilst I'm sure that Greenland is fun, Iceland is clearly sufficiently epic. I returned to London with 1 week to move all my worldly possessions into a 58-foot narrowboat, all the while still working online and facing boaty challenges as they came, such as sorting my Wi-Fi, learning how an engine works, and rather crucially, learning to not accidentally let one's water tank run empty. I celebrated my 27th birthday, and my brother made me a cake for the first time. I then set sail again, and moored by Queen Mary, ready for my PhD viva. On the 21st of March, I unofficially became a doctor, and 3 days later,
George Macaulay.
I told my family that I had changed my surname. The sun shone in the early spring, and April was a time for me to enjoy the company of good friends, work on the boat, and reflect on the events of 2 years ago.
I've got to get my 1 second.
The boat and I waved goodbye to East London, and I enjoyed being a snob living in Paddington for a week and running in Hyde Park before venturing over my first aqueduct and into Wembley. At the end of April, the first of my friends got married, which made me feel incredibly old, but also incredibly proud. Having recently completed my PhD thesis, largely based on Roger Penrose's work, it was a pleasure to hear him speak of the history of his findings, and this felt like the perfect close to the PhD.
Birthday girl.
My sister celebrated her 30th birthday in May, and the next weekend, my brother and his then girlfriend, now fiancé, helped me sail further out of London. June was a beautiful month, and having cruised into the middle of a country park, I spent the best part of 2 weeks in my own company, and honestly, I had the best time. Summer was off to a good start. I took the boat into a marina to have the hull painted, and spent the next week living on stilts. It is good that I kept myself busy. In July, I got a pizza oven and then had the joy of many excellent guests. I finally reached the boundary, otherwise known as the M25, and left London for good. It didn't stop raining all month, but I embraced any glimmer of sunshine that I could, and passed the time with good friends and family. Not every day was easy, but I'll always remember the good ones. In August, the skies began to settle, and I found myself heading into a little place that quickly felt like home.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Take it, Ella, swing it.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Come on and dance with me. I want my arm about you. The charm about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. The happiness I seek when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
Yes,
Dance with me. I want my arms about you. The charm about you will carry me through to
so that I can hardly speak,
and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek.
Say cheese.
Winter has come back round again, and with it comes a time to rest and reflect. This time last year, I was stuck in a section of my life that had dragged on for 4 years, and presented me with some of the greatest challenges I hope to ever face. I am now in a very different place to where I was before. My world is less chaotic, and I finally have time to breathe. I am reconnecting with nature and finding time to enjoy simple things. I won't pretend that I'm happy all the time now, or that all my troubles have disappeared, but I'm definitely on a journey of healing. Although I still find myself plagued by the anger stage of grief, I spend more time than ever feeling calm. Leaving London means that I am often alone now. This is something that at a time would have made me feel anxious, but has been remarkably okay. It means seeing people feels all the more special. I have finally found a place to call my home, a sacred space where I feel safe and happy. I'm spending New Year's by myself this year, and that's not sad, because I'm exactly where I like to be most.